Hello everybody, this is Caleb Grow. Welcome back to Alex Farm. Sorry it's been so long since I posted a video. Anyway, I've got a few projects I'm going to start working on in the spring. I'm going to get this cleaned up and dug out and fill the hole back in. Because I'm tired of mowing around these, and it always hurts trying to be gentle with the mower. Go alongside these rose bushes. And plus, it'd be nice to go straight through and not have to do a several point turn with a zero turn or a regular riding mower. Plus, to make it easier to mow in this part of the yard in different patterns. And also, it's going to be a while before I get my tractor running. Hopefully get that work running this summer. And in the spring, I'll be working on the van. Well, my dad and I will. And I'm still going to try to do the garden this year. I'm going to have my Uncle Josh help me with some things. Instead of doing this entire area, I'm going to do half this as a garden. Give it a try, a square piece. And if I do good at that, do the whole thing. And I'm going to be turning all this piece into hayfield. I'm going to put the belt back. I'm going to, me and my dad and the third person, put the belt back on the new belt for the mower deck from my dad's Alice. And I'm going to approach this in chunks. And I'm planning on making videos of all this. This year oh, by the way, Happy New Year. Forgot to mention that. And I'm going to do this into 4 pieces. Focus a month each for reclamation. First is going to be order business is dealing with these weeds, which is why I'll be getting my dad's Alice back at commission since it's got a mower deck. There'll be a lot less strain on the zero turn. Anyway, my goal is to get all this looking like a lawn by the end of the year. I mean by September. No, August. Yeah, August. And then I'm going to plow it all under. And then borrow one of my grandpa's tractors and his one grain drill. I think one of them's got a alfalfa setting on it. Because my uncle and I want to try raising cattle. We're going to start with 1 cow. And this entire area should at least provide enough hay to feed a cow for a year. And hopefully, Uncle and I will try to expand in the future. Maybe make this our primary. Maybe selling beef as a business to both family members and maybe build a future client base. Anyway, I'll take you for a walk around the perimeter. Oh, and there's a fourth section to that, and needs a little work. And I might see about my uncle and I try to fabricate a 3-point hitch for this, so I could put it behind my grandpa's 770 and use it as a soil finisher for all of this. Or maybe weld a few, or just keep it like this and put a few clevises on it and make this an easier piece of equipment to work with. Now, the corn planter, the combine, corn head, bean head, I'm going to be using those for parts. I'm going to try to find another 45 EB. Great to find one with a factory cab. Anyway, I'll walk along the perimeter of this to illustrate the size of this chunk of ground. Hopefully, at least with one cow in a year, we should have enough manure for both of our gardens in this hayfield. Or at least most good chunk of the hayfield. Anyway, this is one reason why I wanted to get the Alice working again. So maybe I could start using it for a year as a primary haying tractor. Then buy a WD-45. Run that on a baler and run wet. And do the cutting and raking with the WD. And the WD and then just do that for a couple of years. Then maybe do that for a year, then get an LSD 17 and a hay bind. Because I'd like to expand my hay acres. You know, if somebody's got too big of a lawn and they're tired of spending so much money on it, help them that way. And also I'm cleaning up along this fence row because I want to make a path as wide as the Alice. The way my grandma, and my step-grandpa could have a path to walk around. And also so I don't run over any hay for cutting. Anywho, and also, I'd like to make this my intro into farming. And then hopefully, after this is done with the hay, do 4 years of hay on here and then plant it to wheat. And just carpet bomb the field with manure and plow it under. And then see how good of a corn crop I could grow out here. Eventually, so one thing I'd like to do is get this field edge cleaned up. Get rid of all the brush. Maybe get another couple bales out of this area. Like I said, I need to really challenge myself, and I'm going to be turning 27 this year, and it's finally time to stop putting my dreams on the back burner. So I'm starting off as cheaply as I can. Because someday, I would like to at least own 300 to 400 acres, you know? Nothing too big. Run it all with old equipment. You know, I'd primarily do my haying with the Alices. And then do my row crop farming with cases. My dream fleet, I already got my WD. I'd like to get a WD-45 and a D-17. Because I'd like to run a baler with a WD-45. The baler's a JI case. Belongs to my great uncle. I'll be paying for it soon. Bringing up to my uncle's place where I can store it. And then, for row crop farming, my ideal fleet would be JK's 930, JK's 1070, JK's 400, JK's 1070, 1270, and 2470. I'd mostly use the 2470 for chisel plowing and use it on the grain cart. 1270, use that for running wagons. 1070, use that for planting corn and soybeans. 930, use that for manure spreading and hay wagon hauling. You know, I'd just make sure each tractor has a job and to reduce wear on parts. And as you can see, I'm getting a somewhat good start on this. Had a little weather break this December. A 60-degree day in September, Michigan. That's weird. Anyway, like I keep saying, I'd like to turn this all into hay field, and I think should be enough to at least feed 1 or 2 cows for a year. Maybe eventually reclaim that front bit into another hay field. May not be as big, but it should at least provide another. It'd be great if I could get another 70 bales a year out of that little section between the driveway and the fence. Anyway, I understand this is going to be a big commitment, and all I gotta do is all I should do is try my best. And another thing I'd like to do to expand my sales portfolio is for when I pick up field rock, I'd like to take that to place on a cement pad and make crushed gravel as another. Crush rocks, and then see people want some of that on their driveways. Yeah, that'd be good. You have a good feeling about this. What I'm going to do with the Alice, like you're saying, do a main cut of the weeds. Or mow weed section with the owls for 3 weeks. And do a finished job with the 0 turn. Well, 2-step finish. Set it to 4 inches in height. And whatever rocks I find, just throw them in some of the rock piles around here. Some that I made. Hopefully, eventually, I'll make this into a lovely field. I'd love to put this land back to farm use. And eventually, another thing I'd like to do is that instead of reclaiming that into a field, there's a project I'd like to try to do next winter. Might think about building a small pallet wood cabin out here, out in a little tree grove. Instead of making that a future house site, could make a nice camping spot. No putty and tree covers so the neighbors don't see me. Plenty of trees, that way when it's raining, the pallet wood cabin doesn't get wet. I like to make like a 8x8. Put in a bunk bed. Heat up with a small wood stove. And one thing I do with some of this dirt and that dirt, so if I could clear enough trees, I'd like to level some of that ground out. There's my rock pile from picking up all this, well, up until the rotary hoe, and threw a few in one of the rock piles over there. Yeah, this is going to be a big undertaking. But, like I said, it's time to stop putting my dreams on the back burner and start doing it. Yeah, there's that other section right there. And also would provide a good amount of hay. That might help making enough to feed at least 2 cows for most of the year. Then I'll keep trying to find some other small spots. I need some under 3 acres. And get hay off that. My dream goal is to have at least 20 head of cattle. At most, it'd be cool to get up to 40, but I wouldn't try to go bigger than that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry it's been a while since I've made one. Alright, see you soon.